There, this is Lee, and I'm doing a video on the Green Party. This is for the viewers who are just now tuning into the presidential election, the November election that's just right around the corner. Some people are already early voting. I early voted for Stein and Baraka for 2016, the Green Party president and vice presidential candidate, Jill Stein and Ajamu Baraka. I support their people, planet, and peace over profit philosophy. It reflected my own. And so I decided to invest my vote into the Green Party. And I felt a great sense of peace come over me right after I did it. I was very relieved to have done that. But there are still some people who are waiting for more information to come out. Some people who have been basically wanting to shut out the noise and so are now just tuning in to all the events and adventures of the presidential election. And so getting people caught up on the Green Party, the Greens are rising. There's been so much mayhem with the two major party candidates, Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. But people have been looking for a third option. And then after the Dem exit, following the Democratic National Convention, people have been trending towards the Green Party as well. There are about 279 Greens running down ballot in about 17 to 18 states, ranging from governor, U.S. Senate, U.S. House of Representatives, on down to mayor, U.S. State Senate and state representative, and then on down to county clerk, commissioner, board, this and that, school board. So all kinds of positions that you'll find down ballot green. And people are building the structure of the Green Party, and it's looking fabulous. There's been an unprecedented amount of fundraising, ballot access, and then media appearances this year for the Green Party, largely due to Jill Stein's leadership, and then also the Sanders supporters who have joined with the Green Party movement. And so there's an effort to maintain green on the ballot for 2018 and 2020. And that means that the Green Party will require a certain number of votes this presidential season. The Green Party needs voters to actually support the party not in voice, but in votes. Progressives who want to support Green Party values need to cast a ballot for the Green Party in order to maintain ballot access. And I'm going to point out a specific states. There are actually more states than this that need a certain percentage of the vote, but I'm going to focus on these states in particular. In Alabama, the Green Party requires 20% of the vote in order to remain on the ballot for the down ballot candidates who want to run in 2018. And for the next presidential candidate, who may be Jill Stein or another Green Party candidate in 2020, in order to keep the Green Party on the ballot in Alabama, at least 20% of the voting population in Alabama need to cast a ballot for the Green Party, up ticket and down ticket. In Iowa, that percentage is 2%. At least 2% of Iowa's population need to vote for the Green Party in order to maintain green on the ballot. In Oregon, the percentage is 1%, Pennsylvania, 1%, Rhode Island, 5%, Washington State, 5%, Wyoming, 1%. These are the percentages necessary to keep green on the ballot. And in that way, the ballot line is automatic. The Green Party does not have to petition and then pay canvassers and pay fees, or whatever needs to be done, even legal fees if there are challenges. The Green Party expended thousands of dollars in maintaining ballot access and then obtaining ballot access, getting on 45 ballots and then 3 additionals as write-in. And it took money, it took human resources, it took lots of signatures, and it took time away from the actual candidate's campaign. That money, that time, that energy, the human resources could have otherwise gone directly into the candidate's campaign, but instead it had to go to obtaining Green Party ballot lines. And so in these states, there is an effort to write in another candidate um, who may or may not want to be the president. But in these states, Green is on the ballot. And this year, the Green Party actually had to pay canvassers in order to get on the ballot this year. And so next year, unless they get those votes, they would have to repeat the process. I think Oregon, out of all the states that I named just now, it was Oregon where the Greens were already on the ballot. Otherwise, they actually had to work for ballot access in Alabama, Iowa, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Washington State, and Wyoming. If they can avoid that by getting sufficient votes to meet their baseline this year, they won't have to do that. And so that's why in these states, it is important if you are progressive to support a progressive political party if you feel so inclined. Take a look at the Green Party at gp.org and the presidential candidate Jill Stein at jill2016.com and consider casting your vote. If you're undecided or if you're depressed by all what's been happening, then I completely understand. There's so much information coming out. Or if you're just really unsure, I would say look at the party's platform, get to know Jill Stein, get to know the idea of what progressive is, what it means, and then the possibility of working outside the two-party system to change the two-party system. Okay, so that's that about the percentages needed to keep Green on the ballot this year and the next go around. There are other ways that you can help the Green Party after you vote for them. Before you vote and after you vote, there's 15 ways that you can help get out the vote for Jill Stein and Ajamu Baraka. They're listed 1 through 15, and I'm going to leave that link in the description so you can see where you can get in and fit in and lend your talents, your time, and your energy and your passion towards assisting the Green Party, Jill Stein and Ajamu Baraka. And so there are campaign offices across the United States. There's an office in California, in Oakland. There's an office in Florida, Altamont Springs, Florida. There's an office in Chicago, Illinois. There's an office in Portland, Maine, Baltimore, Maryland, St. Louis, Missouri, Brooklyn, New York, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Austin, Texas, Seattle, Washington, and Madison, Wisconsin. These are where you can find the Green Party campaign near you. There's going to be phone numbers as well as the street addresses, and I'll leave that link in the description as well so you can follow up. And so I talked about ballot access, and I just wanted to let you guys know if you're considering a vote for the Green Party, there are 48 places in the United States where you can actually vote for the Green Party. 47 states plus Washington, D.C. And so there are some states where Jill Stein and Ajamu Baraka, as well as the Green Party, they are not on the ballot. There are 3 states, These states are Nevada, South Dakota, Oklahoma. In those three states, Green is not on the ballot, and neither are Jill Stein and Ajamu Baraka. So you will not be able to cast a vote for them this election season. Perhaps in the future, with even increased ballot access through the efforts of this election cycle, it will be possible to vote for them. But for 2016, unfortunately not. But still, you can go to that link that I'm leaving, 15 ways that you can assist. If you are in one of those three states, you can still help the Green Party campaign, the Jill Stein Ajamu Baraka campaign, and the down ballot people of the Green Party. You can go to that link and still make an effort to assist the Green Party, and then work to obtain ballot access for the next election cycle if you're in those states. So great things are happening. There are many events that are lined up. Jill Stein is going to participate in a forum. It's going to be a forum with Tavis Smiley on the Tavis Smiley show, which is on PBS. This show will be taped live on Monday, October 31st, in Los Angeles at the studio. And it's going to air over 2 nights next week on Monday evening and Tuesday, which is October 31st, and then Tuesday, November 1st, and that's going to be on PBS. And so Gary Johnson is actually going to join Jill Stein on that show. And it's being described as a forum, although I have seen it described as a debate elsewhere. And so it's a forum, it's a debate, it's a forum, and it's a debate. I don't know what it is. It's a forum and or a debate. And so there's going to be an additional 30 minutes of questions and answers. And they're going to be taking questions and answers over social media, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. And you can use the hashtags. And I'll post a link to this press release in the description as well, so you can see where to send your question in. But it's exciting. I think it's going to be a policy-filled forum rather than an insult forum or a baiting forum or a forum filled with lies that go unchallenged. I think it's worthwhile if you have concerns about the issues of the day. Likely they will be raised by either Gary Johnson or Jill Stein in some way. I'm definitely pro Jill Stein. Gary Johnson's support of the Trans-Pacific Partnership kind of puts me on the other side of the fence. But on several issues, there is intersection. And so that'll be likely discussed. And then also where there's a divergence between the two campaigns. So, lots of stuff happening, and that's not all. Ajamu Baraka is going to join the other three presidential candidates in another forum, and this is going to be Wednesday, November 2nd at 6 p.m. It's going to be at Queen's University of Charlotte in North Carolina. And so basically, Ajamu Baraka, the 2016 Green Party vice presidential candidate, will participate in the 2016 North Carolina Millennial Voter Presidential Forum. And so that'll be the only time you'll see all four vice presidential candidates at the same forum. And it's exciting, I think. Ajamu Baraka has been inserting himself into the debates. He inserted himself into the vice presidential debate via Democracy Now! And then Jill Stein also inserted herself into the major party debates. And so now, after she's debated Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, now she's going to debate Gary Johnson. And so these are some of the latest television appearances that you'll see of the Green Party. Jill Stein has also been doing fireside chats. Ajamu Baraka did a fireside chat. They've been talking about everything from the Dakota Access Pipeline to the college student debt relief and how to make that happen, environment, Black Lives Matter, all sorts of issues of the day, foreign policy, and you'll find those on Jill Stein's Facebook page. So there'll be a lot of links in the description. If you are new, relatively new to the latest happenings of the presidential campaign, if you'd like to know more about the Green Party and why so many people have chosen to support the Green Party this year, likely following these links will help you figure out the reasons why people felt the urgency of now rather than later. So exciting things are happening, and I hope that you make a good informed choice about which way your vote should land in 2016. Good luck.